That dang microphone. It better be. Yeah. Oh man, I got my lighter. Okay. Hi. My name's Atlantic City, and this is my first YouTube video. Today, I'm going to be talking about Jean Pierre Wehry, okay? JP Dub, alright? Yeah, he's a predator from the hit NBC show To Catch a Predator. TCAP, as some would call it. You know, Church of God. But JP Dub is an odd bastard, if you will, and he's very entertaining, and I would like to see what he's talking about. I am currently in the midst of quitting smoking cigarettes, and I am a little off my rocker, as some would say. Now, to anyone that may or may not be struggling with an addiction to the tobacco and or the nicotine, whatever one you're actually addicted to, I'm not quite sure I'm actually addicted to nicotine. I'll get into that. Maybe. I don't know. I probably shouldn't spend much time on that. But I tried using these stupid little on pouches. They're called on. I guess they're called ons. You know, they basically give them to you for free because nobody wants them. So 20 nicotine pouches. They're not that good. They're not smoking. So, you know, they're basically dip pouches. If you like to dip, maybe you'll be interested in them. But you could probably use them to quit smoking. And I think, you know, they might be helpful. Because I haven't done many of them. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to have one. Yeah. I mean, I'm never going to truly quit, probably. I'll probably have one here and there, but I have gotten to the point where I don't even care. I don't even go buy a pack. A pack will last me, you know, a week now. It's great. It's great. I just don't care anymore about it. It's great. And I encourage anyone who smokes cigarettes to stop smoking them. He says as he smokes his cigarette. But yeah, let's get into Jean Pierre Wehry. That's enough about me. Like I said, my name's Atlantic City. And this is my first video. Thank you. Thank you. Not my lighter. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it very much. And I hope you will enjoy my type of video style. Because, you know, dare I say it, I think everyone tries to be. But I'm different. Yeah, I think I'm different. Just a little goofy bastard. Kind of like Jean Pierre Wehry.
Guys have somebody with a visual on him, Chad?
This next man also has a criminal record, an extensive one.
Oh,
he was
no.
on active parole,
Extensive?
and he was a registered sex offender. And he knocked on someone's door. Thankfully, it was ours.
Sergeant Chad Bianco from the Riverside County Sheriff's Department describes the criminal past of our latest arrival. He's 48-year-old Jean Pierre Michael Wehry.
He has a conviction for an assault with a deadly weapon that went back to, I believe, 1981. He was convicted and sentenced to 3 years in prison for rape. And in 2000, he was also sent to prison for failure to register as a sex offender.
Despite being a convicted...
Now, I am familiar with Jean Pierre Wehry, but I did not know this, or maybe I knew it and I did not, just don't remember it.
He's 48-year-old Jean Pierre Michael Wehry.
He has a conviction for an assault with a deadly weapon that went back to, I believe, 1981. He was convicted and sentenced to 3 years in prison for rape. And in 2000, he was also sent to prison for failure to register as a sex offender.
So already the level of intent, the questioning of Jean Pierre Wehry's intent is out the fucking window now. There's no questioning that. Let's just proceed from here.
Despite being a convicted rapist, here he is tonight at our undercover house after making plans for sex with a decoy posing as a 13-year-old boy.
Because you look at this motherfucker and you can see it.
Online, he told the decoy
he
that he
looks rapey.
A promotional photographer, promoting such films as Kindergarten Cop and some gay porn films. Then he tells the decoy he can help launch the boy's modeling career. But there's a catch. He writes, "How can I promote someone I never had lots of hot sex with?" The decoy agrees to sex in exchange for the career help.
Hello? You there? You there?
Are you there, John? Jean Pierre? Oh, there he is.
You out there, man? Hey, come on in.
Oh, he must have heard me.
Slow it down for a second, alright?
Yeah.
I just gotta fix it right now.
Man, where you running to?
It was like Wehry had gone through an eco-challenge race. He had walked, he had gotten on a bus, he had walked some more, and when you see him come up the driveway, he's got a backpack and a hat, and he looks like a hiker. And he's weary, thirsty.
Sorry that fuck.
Hey, sir, can you come back over here, please, and have a seat right on the... You seem to be in a hurry there. Right, have a seat right there, please.
All right.
No, just sit down. Why were you in such a hurry to go find the answer to the phone?
Oh, nothing. I thought I was looking for somebody, and that's all. I'm sorry.
And who were you looking for?
John Pederson.
John Pederson.
Yeah.
And why were you looking for John?
Huh? I was going to talk about some business.
Okay, so I guess I am going to talk about the... excuse me, I'm not used to talking on video. Guess I'm going to talk about the obvious. Why would he say Pederson? I've never actually met a Pederson. Maybe there are Pedersons out there, but did he mispronounce Peterson? And if he mispronounced Peterson, why did he mispronounce Peterson? Why? Some things we'll never know, and we're only left to speculate. That is just one of those things.
And what business was that?
I'm going to try to find a job somewhere, and I heard about John Pederson. I heard there was a guy named John Pederson in the area. That's all I know.
In the area?
In this area. That's all.
And why did
In this area.
you come to this house looking for John Pederson?
I had a phone call.
A phone call?
Yeah.
From?
Man, he thinking of this story on the spot. He doesn't seem to have had any plan. Like this John Pederson story does not seem to be planned at all. He looks to be thinking of this shit on the spot. You know, some maybe come in with like, okay, if this is to catch a predator, then I'm gonna say this. Not him. Not we're just gonna call him JPW. JPW did not. You will never convince me that this John Pederson story was planned. He didn't plan this. He didn't plan on something happening. He didn't plan on getting caught.
In fact, I don't actually know the guy, besides the fact that his name is, I don't even remember his name. It was about 5 hours ago. I've been walking.
How far did you walk today?
How far did I walk?
Where did you come from?
I came from the mall down the road.
No, but originally, where did you start off from today?
I started off in Claremont.
Claremont.
Yeah.
And how far away is that?
I have no idea.
So you took a bus
I took a bus part of the way.
and walked the rest.
Yeah, I was just walking up the road because I was looking and I was told that, there's a John Pederson that has a construction company in it.
So you were just walking down the road
I
and you
just-
thought that this fellow with the construction company lived in this house.
Somebody told me that he lived,
Somebody, who was somebody?
a young man on the phone.
A young man on the phone. And how did you reach this young man on the phone?
He had called me. Or
He called you just out of the blue?
Now, how would you know it was a young man on the phone? I think this might be our thumbnail for the video, so I'm going to take a screenshot of it. Yeah, okay. Paste. Got it. Let's get back to the video. Yeah. I hope y'all are enjoying the video. This is my first, oh dang it. This is my first YouTube video.
no, I think he had my number.
And how did he get you?
I don't know how he got my number. I know that I've been putting out word that I'm looking for a job, and I was told that John Pederson lived here, in this neighborhood.
So
All I had was his address.
you received a call from someone who you didn't know, who said, go to a house where you've
No.
never been,
I knew.
to see a man you've never met,
I
to get
know.
a job. Is that correct?
No, what I said to you is I have a friend.
Right.
Okay. He told me about a guy named John Pederson that lives in this neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I had an address.
Mm-hmm.
I found out where this neighborhood was. I walked. I'm looking for work.
You couldn't just call John Pederson on the phone?
I was not given his actual number. I was told he was just going to be in the area.
Just hanging out waiting for you to
No.
At a
No.
20 at
My
night.
problem was I was walking. My problem was I was walking.
So
And
you thought you were going to come to a job interview at this
No.
home at 11:20 at night.
I was going to leave a note.
You're going to leave a note.
That's all I'm going to do. That's all. That's all I have.
Do you see why that doesn't make sense?
Well, I understand there's construction up here. Okay? That's what I know. And I was told that John, I could leave a note here because young man, I don't know, college kid who knows John, I don't know.
College kid.
And when I called the number, he said, yeah, come on in, the gate's open.
And what's your name?
My name is Michael.
Michael. Michael Wilson.
No, Michael Wehry.
Michael Wehry. And what's your email address?
An email address?
Yeah. How about jmichaelwilsey@yahoo.com?
I think I have used J. Michael Wilsey, but I used that a long time ago.
Long time ago. How about today? How about on the 30th of December?
God dang it.
Oh,
I'm in
no,
the middle of
I
making
was-
my first
How about
YouTube
the
video
31st
and I
of
get a
December?
phone call? What's going on,
On the
brother?
31st of December.
How about on January 4th? Michael, did you use it then?
I haven't been on a computer in a while myself. I used to.
How about on the 5th?
When I was married, I used to use that name.
Yeah, we do that.
Why don't you just tell me the truth?
So I don't know when
It's
you're
going to be a
born.
lot easier if you just tell me the truth.
It's going to be a lot easier for what? Okay, look. I had a phone call. That's what I had. Okay. That's what I had. I came to work with construction. I was going to leave a note. That's all I had. Okay. I was going to get myself back to town and go home.
You willing to send me a couple Good news.
Alright.
You are one sexy boy. How tall? Give me dimensions, please.
Who?
I don't know what that refers to.
I don't know. That's cool.
I am in the process of going through a dating service for a girl that, and I've been trying to see,
Of course, how can I know you're not a cop or working for them or trying to blank with me and get me busted? You are a really cute 13-year-old, and I love what I saw.
Wow.
I need to see you in person, talk, and see what you are wanting when you're offline. Also, you talked about peeps porn. By the way, why wouldn't I want to see you and taste your beautiful body? Make love to you. You are a gorgeous 13-year-old.
That's not my style. I never had any of that.
I have to leave in the middle of my first YouTube video. Dang. Oh. I hope there's a pause button on here. Is that not good? Well, I hope y'all have been enjoying my very first YouTube video. So far, I think I'm doing okay. But I could be better. So when I get back, hopefully, I come back like I'm a seasoned veteran YouTuber. Okay, I am back from my very first YouTube video on Jean Pierre Wehry from To Catch a Predator. Let's continue where we left off.
Affiliation with 13-year-olds.
Are you a photographer?
I think about a long time ago I was. I did some photography.
You think about it a long time.
Well, I don't consider myself a photographer. I think it's been a long time.
I'm a promotional photographer.
I get it because I take pictures, but I'm not a photographer.
I know some people that knew that of me.
Did you ever do any promotions for Kindergarten Cop, the movie?
I saw the movie. I know some people that have seen me with the movie. But that was it.
I am a promotional photographer and have done such promotions as Kindergarten Cop
I've done
and some gay porno film.
I've done some landscape photography. I have not used J. Michael Wiltsey in a long time as far as, in the internet or addresses. I have the name on my school ID because of the fact, how did I say that? When I was going to school, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, 6 to 10 years ago, it was 1999 when I left. End of story. But I've had some people that really didn't like me. I understood, and I seen construction up here, and I wasn't sure.
Wait a minute, you've seen construction, or somebody told you about construction in your stories?
What I saw on the way up here, I saw construction. Right. That's what I said. I said I was told about construction, I saw construction, and I was told that if I'm late, don't trip. And there's a young man here, I can leave
a young man.
That's what I was told.
Now, who told you this? Just so I have the story straight. Somebody calls you when? Today, yesterday, the day before?
Oh, I guess it's been about a week.
A week ago.
Yeah.
It says, Michael, I know you're looking for a job.
What?
Actually, we talked about a number of things.
Mm-hmm. And who was the person who called?
Who was the person who called? I had about 3 different phone calls. Michael, I talked to Michael on the bus on the 482. I talked to...
Wait a minute, who, just be straight with me, who called you to say there was a job and you should come here and leave a note?
I came on just what he had told me about. That's what I came on. I'm just striving for work. I came on the fact that I was told there was construction work, and they're not caring whether or not there's some past history, a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to find work.
Where do you live?
I live in Pomona.
In Pomona?
Yeah, that's where I live in.
What's your address in Pomona?
693 North Signal. I live in Pomona. That's where I live. You know why? I live there. I know about it. I was told by, on the bus, I was told by Actually, it was a conversation on the bus by a Mexican who was riding the bus. He says, there's a cement company. I know about one of those companies I'm going to try to check into. I know about some construction up here. That's
Well, what was your plan? Where were you going to stay tonight?
What?
Where were you going to
go
stay
back
tonight?
home.
You're going to go back home.
Yeah.
So you were just going to, you came all the way here.
I came up, you know what happened?
You're going to drop off a note.
Stop.
And then you're going to
you know what happened?
To Pomona.
How it started is I was coming up on a bus. And I got up here and I found out the number 3 doesn't run any longer. Okay? But I'm already past the 1. Okay? And I'm up here and I'm finding out as I'm walking, I'm looking for a bus stop and says, and I, excuse me.
Okay, this convoluted story is so convoluted that now I'm beginning to question my earlier assessment that this whole John Pederson story was made up, because he's coming up with too many details. And you know they say that the bigger the lie, you know, the more that's said, it's probably a lie or whatever the fucking saying is. But this guy, he's getting into too much detail here. He's either a fantastic liar or, you know, not a very good liar. He's not, but he's a committed liar. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe he did plan out a lie. Comments, chat, stream. What do you think?
I'm told that it stopped at 6 o'clock or something like that. I'm already on foot though. Okay? So I'm told steam something, I don't know. I'm just told that up in this area, okay, that there's and I had an address. All I did is write down an address. I was told that a young man...
Who was sending these emails with your...
I haven't used that account since 1999.
Oh.
Here's the problem with that. I know you were at a public library using a computer.
You know what I was, or you know that somebody was using that account?
I know you were.
You know, I was. That's good. I would do sometimes go in and talk to a friend of mine in a public library.
A friend, a pal.
You know that, Jane.
Can I taste your nuts? And
That's
will
not
you
my style.
blank me? That's what porn is.
That's
Lots of
my
already
style.
sex. How can I promote someone I never had lots of hot sex?
I can figure that maybe a couple of people might want to try to get me in trouble. I don't know. That does not.
So you're saying this was somebody else, even though we know you were at the public library using a computer. And
What
we
you know
this
is I was at a public library. That's what you may know.
You don't know everything I know.
Okay.
So you want to tell me the real story now? Or you want to go
Spill
with
the
what you got?
beans.
It's up to
Spill
you.
the beans.
And
Jean
what is the
Pierre
real story?
Wehry.
Get me.
It's not the first time somebody has tried to take that position. You know, that's an old email account. I don't use it anymore. But when you take them through the math of the situation. Okay. This is your screen name, right? This is the communication that we have between somebody using your screen name and a young teen. And all of a sudden, you're here. You, not someone else. It's up to you. You can tell me the truth, or you can tell me the story. It's up to you. I can't make you do one thing or the other.
Tell the truth, Pierre.
And
your story doesn't make that much sense. Now, maybe I'm skeptical.
I don't know.
But it doesn't
I don't
make
know
sense.
who you are. I don't even know who you are.
He's Chris
I
Hansen,
came
you
here.
puke.
I was just now told that gate's open. Come on in. Okay.
And who told you that?
A young man.
A young man.
Okay. I was told there was a young man here that knows.
That knows what?
This guy that runs this construction company over here.
What this sounds like, Michael, is that you were coming here to have sex with a 13-year-old
Oh,
boy.
hell no. I'm trying to get in. I got her phone number on my computer and on my phone. And I'm dating a young black girl.
Well, why would you say these things to somebody you thought was a 13-year-old?
Maybe somebody else that was also on the computer in the library been using my name.
Oh.
So it's one big mix-up.
I'm telling you what I came in for, and I don't have sex with anybody. Not me. And if you were anybody that had access to my record, you look at my record, you figure out that the only time I had any problems with anybody was a young woman, unless you look at my adolescent stuff. And then I was an adolescent.
So you've got a record.
I'm guessing I do.
You're guessing you do.
Yeah, I have a record. You know,
Guessing.
You had a problem with a young woman.
You
a
know.
long time ago.
Do you do time for that?
Don't you know?
I'm asking you.
Why are you asking?
I want to know the truth.
Yes, I've done time for that.
Well, good.
Straight up, I've done time for that. He was a young woman. Ain't no kids in me. There's nothing in my records that even suggested. I have walked from Pomona. Let me get my milk on my bag. That's all I'm gonna do.
Well, I'd rather you didn't go in your bag. I mean, I'm almost finished asking questions. I mean,
Huh?
I'm almost finished asking you questions. What was your plan here?
My plan was because I'm desperate for a job. I had no money, income, none. That's it. You know what part of my problem has been?
I hear that.
Okay, I can tell you where my desperation comes from. Okay, my desperation was for a job. If somebody else had used an email account that I used a long time ago, I'm sorry about that. Then I got to change a number of things. Okay? That I had on by G. Michael Wilson at Yahoo since 1999. That is the truth. Now I've been in the library. I've taught China with a couple of people. Okay? There are a couple of flakes in this world that I know of.
You're talking to a boy named Luke.
I don't know a boy named Luke.
I'll be there as close to 11 as possible, so I will need your number so that I can call you when I'm near the bus stop. I will look for you, and we will discreetly go to your room and talk. And we'll talk about whatever pops up and stimulates you. I will look for you, and we will discreetly go to your room and talk. And we'll talk about whatever pops up and stimulates you to whatsoever you want.
You are reading me something that somebody wrote. I'm sorry to hear that.
So I need exact bus stop near
I'm starting to think this guy is lying.
our place. As I get off, I'll walk toward your street, so you also must tell me how to get to your bed from there.
Well, I don't know about what everybody that this person has said to a 13-year-old. I never even met a 13-year-old. I'm not going to talk to somebody I never met before.
Yeah, but you came to meet a 13-year-old, apparently.
That's what it looks like you did.
I never met this person. Who's Luke? I never met no Luke.
You didn't talk to him via the internet.
I've never talked to anybody that I know of by the name of Luke. Grant, I talked to somebody tonight. I never asked the young man his name.
Well,
I never asked the young man the name.
the reason why I'm so curious about all this is that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we've been doing a story on computer hackers, adults who go online and try to young teen. Now, if you have anything else you'd like to say for yourself, we'd love to hear it. If not, you're obviously legally involved.
I'm not doing anything. Now, if there's not, it's Scott Pederson.
There's no Scott Pederson.
And
Do you have Scott Pederson's name written down?
no, I have an address. I can leave an address. That's all I was planning to do. There's no Scott Pederson.
He doesn't care about the cameras. He's not even trying to hide his face. That's a different approach than most predators take.
I can leave my phone number, my address.
So you never wrote down Scott Pederson's
See, that's
name?
one thing I don't never get about it. I mean, they see the cameras coming out, and then they start hiding their face, as if they weren't being filmed before that. Mr. Michael Wehry here, at least, appears to have, realized he was probably being filmed before anyway. So why bother covering his face now?
No, I didn't write anybody else's name either. We had to change some things, but no, I have never, ever, ever.
Tried to open this damn door.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Can't win. Where'd
He
you go?
maintained until the very end of the interview that he.
Address.
So you never wrote down Scott Pedersen's name?
Well, I didn't write anybody else's name either. We had to change some things, but no, I have never, ever, ever.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No.
She
He
gone.
maintained until the very end of the interview that he was just a dusty, determined traveler who came from a long ways away to try to get honest work. The problem with that, of course, is that none of it makes sense. When you put it all together, the chat, his crumbling story, and the fact that, you know, he's the guy sitting in the kitchen across from him, you know, it doesn't look good for him.
The young man I thought was supposed to be here.
What's that person's name?
Scott was supposed to be here, and he didn't mention his name. I just said, look at Scott.
Who's Scott?
The guy I was supposed to meet. I was told
You work construction?
I was looking for any kind of job.
You don't work right now?
And this guy knows his rights.
I know I may have to speak to you, but I don't have to speak to the media. And I don't have to speak to you without a lawyer.
Many prosecutors around the country, including Riverside County's Michelle Paradise, are not afraid to say out loud that they don't believe most sex predators, especially those addicted to the internet, can ever be reformed.
There's a sound heard across the land. It's heard across the sea.
Damn.
You'll only hear it if you listen with your heart, and one day hope to be free. To hear the sound of freedom, many gave their lives. They
So he
fought
wrote a
for
book?
you and me.
Whatever. I feel like I'm being trolled with that. Okay, so Jean Pierre Wehry. Yeah, I don't think there's any questioning his intent. Had whoever he thought he was talking to actually been there, just based on the shit he did to get there in the first place, all that walking, hopping on buses. The way he entered the house, he was determined. He was not going to be deterred, had it been who he thought actually showed up in that house. No doubt about it. His intent, there's no questioning it. And if you're questioning it, stop. Stop that. Knock that off. He's already been in trouble for rape. So why wouldn't he do it again? He would definitely, most likely, have forced himself on had Luke, 13-year-old Luke, been there. There's just no questioning this guy's intent. There's no speculating about it. We know it. We know he would have did it. I don't need to look at his chat log. None of that. Jean Pierre Wehry, 100% predator. That's all I really need to say. There's no speculating about this guy. There's no wondering, well, maybe this, nah. 100% predator. What do you think about Jean Pierre Wehry? Let me know down below. Let me know right now. This is your boy Atlantic City. I'm not gonna say this on Thursdays, this on Wednesdays, this on what day. The videos are just gonna come. So stay tuned. If you would like to donate to Cash App and get the early access to the next video, I would really appreciate that. But other than that, new videos on the way. Stay tuned for that. This is your boy Atlantic City, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching this. I'm gone.